and welcome to my channel. My name is Monica. For those who are new or are returning subby, welcome back, guys. I hope you all are doing good on this beautiful Friday morning. It's morning on my side, almost afternoon, and we're gonna get ready for the day together. Yeah, the plan was actually to wash my makeup brushes with you guys so we can like hang out and just chill, but there's no water. There's literally no water. Hello, Aphrodite. How are you doing, Queen? How are you? Thank you for the hearts. Thank you so much. I hope you all are doing good, guys. The plan was to do, my makeup brushes with you guys and wash them. That was the plan. But then there's no water. There's literally no water. Thank you, the South African government. Thank you so much. Imagine it's like a public holiday today. It's a crazy busy weekend, and Monday is also another public holiday. No water. Aphrodite says, I'm fine. How are you, Baddie? I am good. I am good, considering just a hectic morning for no reason. No water. But yeah, I'm gonna get ready with you guys just for the day today and hang out for a little bit. I haven't had breakfast yet, and it's almost 12, but I normally have breakfast like late in the day, and anyways. Let me know where you guys are watching from. I know Aphrodite is from Dubai. How is Dubai, Aphrodite? Like, everything happening. I hope you are safe. I hope you are good. I'm just going to go in with sunscreen. The sunscreen is from PC Palm. It's the water barrier sun cream, and it's very hydrating. It's got SPF 50. For me, the most important thing when it comes to sunscreen is just SPF 50. That's my number one concern. And this one has SPF 50 and PA plus 4. I don't know what that means. Aphrodite says it's really cool, but I'm scared about the stuff. Yeah, I'm also scared for you, girl. I'm just like, the world is just crazy. It's so crazy right now. Aphrodite says, OMG, yes, I tan so easily. Oh, that is me as well. Okay, I don't tan, I just get darker. And look, all of these acne. So normally for people who have like acne like this, it's from inflammation and it's just melanin. So I also like get hyperpigmentation quite easily and just darker quite easily as well. So yeah, sunscreen is actually very important. And I was in the sun right now and I just didn't have sunscreen, so I'm just gonna lather it on and my skin feels so dry. But yeah, what can I tell you guys about? Guys, look, normally when you apply sunscreen like this, it leaves a white cast. I want to show you guys just how good this sunscreen actually is. Thank you for the hearts, my beautiful people. Look, normally when you put sunscreen on like this, you guys know already there's gonna be a white cast, right? We have Samir. Hi, Samir. How are you? Do you guys celebrate Easter? Where you from? I forgot that it's Easter. I used to be a Christian, but I'm no longer a Christian, so I don't, recognize these holidays. So I don't celebrate Easter. I don't do Christmas. Any Christian holiday I don't do. Not even Christian, just any religious holiday. I don't observe or celebrate. But do you guys celebrate Easter? Look, look. No, I caused crazy. Samir says good, and with you, I'm good too, Samir. This reminds me of there's a cast member from 90 Days. I think his name is Samir. And who's Samir with? Yeah, you must be Indian. Samir is Indian, definitely. We have Daisy. Oh, wait. Thank you, John People, for the kisses. Thank you so much. We have Daisy Bond. Hi, I was going to take my life a few weeks ago, and you have helped me, so thanks. Love you. Not laughing at the seriousness of taking your own life. Definitely not. Daisy, please don't do that. Please, 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 we still need you and love you. Logan, hi. Hello, my Logan. How are you? The last time we spoke, your mom was not okay. How's everything, Logan? I hope you're good. I hope your family is good. I hope everything is okay. Aphrodite says not really. So Aphrodite as well doesn't observe or celebrate Easter. The only thing I liked about Easter growing up as a kid was the Easter eggs, the chocolates. That's the only thing I liked about Easter. John People says just gorgeous. Thank you, John. That time I don't have a lick of makeup. My hair is literally in like old braids, bare skin, nothing, not even a piece of jewelry. I'm going to put on some earrings just now. Samir, thank you for the heart. Thank you, Aphrodite. I love you too. I just love the name Aphrodite. She says, I love you videos. Love you too. You have Jonas. Oh, Jonas. Jonas says, I don't think you need sunscreen. I do, Jonas. Like, look, I suffer from a lot of hyperpigmentation. This is from basically not wearing sunscreen. It's from acne. It's caused by acne. So when you get these types of acne marks, when you get this type of acne, you need to wear sunscreen so this doesn't happen. Aphrodite says, Logan, what should I wear today? Springbok shirt and jeans or black shirt and white pants? I would say Springbok shirt and jeans. I don't know. I don't like white pants. I don't own white pants. I have beige pants, but I don't like white pants only because just I feel like white clothes look so good, but they're like hard to maintain. Like you can't be, free and just go about your day. You have to be very careful because white clothes get stained so easily. So I would say Springbok shirt and jeans. For those wondering what the the Springboks are our national rugby team in South Africa. They're called the Springboks. Logan says it's Goody Sun. What is that? We have Jay. Hi, Jay. Samir says, can you stand? No, I cannot, Samir. I cannot stand. Jay says, please return to me. I am here, Jay. Aphrodite says, I was scared to choke on the chocolate toys, bro. Oh my gosh, the Easter eggs. Aphrodite says she was scared to choke on them. We had very soft Easter eggs growing up. We sometimes also had the ones with like the hard shell, but most of the times they were quite soft with like a marshmallow center. Oh, I love them. Even when I still see them in the shops till this day as an adult, I still buy myself those Easter eggs. I hope I have my lip balm. Oh no, it's in my room. Oh, no, it's here. Okay, this is my lip balm, guys. I have eczema on my lips, and whenever I'm like going through a very stressful time or I've got anxiety, I didn't even realize I was anxious this past month. And that's why I think I've been just so inconsistent with my lives. And I really apologize, guys. Like, this past month has just honestly been so difficult for me. And like, I wasn't even aware, like, I'm having a hard time until I needed to buy this. This is literally my indicator that, Monica, you're too stressed out. Monica, you're anxious. If I have to buy this, then I know, okay, ish is going sideways in my life. And this is DCT. It's a very efficient lip balm, I would say. So I have eczema, and my eczema, it used to be on my toes and on my hands growing up, especially when I used like a specific soap or something, it would like really flare up. But as an adult, it has just all concentrated to my lips. Like, that's honestly where my eczema is right now. And ooh, child, eczema on your lips, it's not fun. Your lips darken, they're painful, and nothing can hydrate them. Nothing, nothing, nothing except this lip balm. And it's so pricey. It's so pricey. And it's so small. And the fact that I needed it just showed me that, okay, I'm kind of stressed out. The fact that I need this lip balm. Oh, guys, yeah. But hopefully, April is a better month and more relaxed, more chilled. This was a lot. Jay says subscribe. Oh, thank you, Jay. Thank you so much. Sister, thank you, Jay. We have Krishna. Hi, Krishna. Krishna wants to know where I'm from. I am from South Africa. Samir says, can you stand maybe, sweetie? No, Samir. Why do you want me to stand? We have CH. Hey, beauty. Hi, CH. How are you? We have George. Wait, Georges, I think. Why is this person what? To take her life, grow up and stop behaving like a brat. Oh my God, Georges, don't be mean. Especially on the internet, we don't know what people are actually going through. We don't know. I'm just gonna put on a wig cap. I'm gonna put on a wig because as you guys saw my hair, it's just my wig braids. So I'm just gonna put on a wig today. Logan says, okay, thank you, Monica. Springbok shirt and jeans. Yes. Yeah, I think that's gonna look cute. Logan says, be right back. No problem. Samir says, BB. CH says, you are son beautiful. Thank you, CH. We have Aphrodite, Georges. You better because you don't know what other people are going through. Yeah, let's not be mean, hey? We honestly don't know what people are going through at all. CH, why are you ignoring my comment? I am not CH. I'm having like conversation with you guys, responding and then like chatting and then coming back to the comment section. So please, if I don't respond to your comment, you can leave another one or just be patient. I will get back to you, I promise. Georgia says your South African accent is giving. Thank you. I honestly can't tell I have an accent. When people say I have an accent, I'm just like, what? But obviously, duh, I'm from a certain region of the world. Of course, I have an accent, but I can't hear it. And also in South Africa, there's like multiple accents also within the country, like different accents in our country. So I'm just thinking, like, what accent am I giving in South Africa as well? It's always so interesting when people say I have an accent. Okay, Logan says, now what hair? Bun or ponytail? I think if you're gonna wear this, okay, I don't even know if you're a boy or a girl, Logan. I thought for some reason you're a boy. Okay, if you're a girl and you're going to wear the Springboks shirt, if you're gonna crop it, like tie it up, I would say a bun. I mean, not a bun, a ponytail. But if you're just gonna keep it classy and cute, oh, a ponytail. I think a ponytail. Yeah, yeah. Just do a ponytail. We have Abel. Hi from Ethiopia. Hi, Abel from Ethiopia. How are you? The only country in Africa to never be colonized. Ethiopians love reminding us that they were never colonized as a country. And it's true. They are one of the I think one of the only countries in Africa that never got colonized. And an interesting fact about Ethiopia, in Ethiopia, they eat raw meat. I don't know what the delicacy is called, but they eat raw meat because during, when colonization was taking place and Italy was the country that tried to invade Ethiopia and colonize them, Ethiopia fought very hard. They fought very hard. So they even developed this strategic military thing where they would hide in the mountains and, fight the Italians. And that's where the delicacy of eating raw meat actually started. They started this because they were fighting colonization. So I don't really know why, or I can't remember exactly in detail specifically why they didn't eat raw meat, but I do know when it started. But I think it's because obviously if you're in hiding and you're cooking, the smoke could obviously let your enemies know of your location. So I think probably that's why they started eating raw meat. Yeah. And Ethiopia, guys, they tell time differently from the rest of the world. They tell time because Ethiopia never got colonized. Firstly, I don't know if they use the African calendar. I remember having a chat with someone about this. I can't remember, but I think they use the African calendar. The African calendar has 13 months, and all of the months are 28 days, all of them. And yeah, I'm not too sure about that fact. Don't quote me on that, but do quote me on they tell time differently. So when the day starts, that's like morning. So for us, when it strikes midnight, the time hits 00, then it's like 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. They start from sunrise. From sunrise, that's when their time starts in Ethiopia. It's super interesting. Even if you book a flight to Ethiopia, you need to be very much cognizant of that because people tend to miss their flights because of Ethiopians telling time differently. It's so interesting. I would love to visit Ethiopia. That's also where coffee was invented. Ugh. Okay, I'll brush it through. Let's just read the comments because I don't want people to be upset because I'm not reading comments. We have Aphrodite. My cat Coco died. No, Aphrodite, I'm so sorry. Is that your cat in the profile picture? Because I've been wanting to tell you your cat is so cute. And what's crazy is I also have a cat named Coco. I'm so sorry, Aphrodite. Guys, losing a pet is painful. Let me just tell you. Losing a pet, super painful. We have Elena. You look nice. I like your makeup. Thank you, Elena. I don't have any makeup on though. No makeup. Logan says, I'm a buy the long hair and it's hot. Okay. If it's hot, just do put your hair in a ponytail. I think that will help. Oh, and invest in this, guys. I got myself a fan, and when I tell you my main character syndrome has been activated, this is me all the time at home. Like, get yourself a fan. If you live somewhere hot, just get yourself this. Main character energy unlocked. Like, oh my gosh, it's so hot. I'm so in love with this fan. I got it from AliExpress. And firstly, isn't she so beautiful? I'm going to do a whole video, a whole review on this fan. I've been using it, but I love her. I love the way she looks. She's got such a great battery life. And the air is actually so cool and it's so strong. Let me show you guys. I've got a piece of tissue here. Look. This is the first setting. Second, it's at 25% now. Look, I'm going to go up. I'm going up. I went up. This is the highest setting, guys. Look. It's so strong and the air is so cool. Like, I'm obsessed with this fan. So if you live somewhere hot, get yourself this fan. Abela says yes. I can't remember yes to what. Abel. Georgia says you better remove that thing on your head or put on a cap. I don't like that look. Oh well, Georges. Oh well. That sounds like a you problem and not a my problem. Elena says, your makeup is so good, girly. Thank you. Thank you, Elena. Um, Aphrodite says, Georgia, it's a ball cap, gang. Like, honestly, like, and I hate men who feel entitled to tell women like what to do with their appearances, how to dress. Sir, who is you? Who is you? Don't make me become nasty. Don't make me come there and put you in your place, Georges. I want to put on earrings. I don't feel complete without earrings. My hair poking through. Oh. We have Cornet. Looking good, sister. Happy Easter. Thank you, Cornet. We were just talking about Easter actually. Like, I don't celebrate Easter. I don't celebrate or what's the word? Is it observe any religious holidays. Actually, I don't. Okay, I do observe some holidays. Like in South Africa, we have Human Rights Day. We have Freedom Day in South Africa. That's the day when Black South Africans were able to vote for the first time, the 24th of April. Actually, it's coming up this month, the holiday. Yeah. And then Africa Day, which is not really a holiday, but it's a day we observe. And Workers' Day. Yeah. Logan says, so what hair should I do with 3 hair ties? Do a ponytail. You can do a bubble ponytail, like a ponytail, tie it, and then do like bubbles. I hope that makes sense. Aphrodite says, yeah, it's my Coco. It's my baby Coco, though. Oh, I'm so sorry, Aphrodite. I'm so sorry. Aphrodite lost her cat, guys. We have Stefan. Hi, Stefan. Amy says, you're so cringe. Thank you, Amy. Thank you. Appreciate it. And then you're like, you're so beautiful. Oh wow, Amy. Michael says nice. Hi, Michael. Aphrodite says, I love earrings so much. Yeah, me too. I need to find a pair that I can wear. Oh my gosh, another thing I need to show you guys, but I'm going to do videos on all of these things that I got from AliExpress. Like, show you guys how I use these things. Like, this is a makeup um container, and let's just look. It's for your makeup and your brushes. So I'm waiting on a few brushes that I've ordered, and once they come through, I'll show you guys. But I love it. Isn't this the cutest? There's just random stuff on it right now that I don't know. They have no business being here, but I will reorganize it properly. Today I'm going to wear a different kind of pair of earrings. I'm going to wear these type of earrings today. George says, Monica, what do you mean you don't like men like me? What? Yes, George. I don't like men who feel comfortable telling women what to do, especially a woman you don't know. Like, you don't know me. You're getting to know me. We've never met in person, so you don't know me personally, but yet you feel comfortable telling me, oh, I don't like that. Dress like this, stand up. You know, it wasn't you actually who told me to stand up. Ignore that. But I don't like that. I don't think that's nice. No, don't comment on people's appearances and tell them like what to do. I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm just putting on these earrings. Guys, I'm actually so nauseous. I haven't eaten anything. I only had like a small banana this morning, but it's a tiny banana. We have a banana tree at home, guys. So I've been able to eat bananas. For those that don't know, I can't eat store bought. Wow. I can't say that word. I can't eat bananas from the store, which is so crazy. Like, I stopped eating bananas for like a very, very, very long time because every time I eat bananas, they gave me horrible heartburn. Like, horrible heartburn. Like, it didn't even feel like heartburn. It felt like my heart was literally aching. And I was like, what? And then I realized it's from eating bananas. And I stopped eating bananas because I was like, oh, bananas do not go well for me. Like, they don't, my body just doesn't agree with bananas. But then there was like a time where I really craved bananas. And then I tried eating bananas again. And then again, the heartburn kicked in. But like, I kept craving bananas. Like, sometimes I love eating like white bread with butter and bananas. I know, sounds gross for those that don't know, but it's so delicious. And like, sometimes I missed eating that. So I was back home and we had a banana tree and the bananas were ripe. And I was like, let me try them. And nothing happened. I ate the bananas, nothing happened. So I think store bought, well, I can't say store bought, bought. Why did I say bought? I, I think bananas from like stores have chemicals, possibly. I'm just adding more sunscreen. I think bananas from like the shops have more chemicals or something. So I think maybe that's why my body like just doesn't agree with them. Whereas bananas that are homegrown and organic, my body has no issue with them. Like, ugh. So I've been eating bananas again because we have bananas at home. They're so delicious, but they're small. They're like, so I had one. Obviously, a banana this big will not make me feel for anything. Okay, we have Aphrodite, Logan. OMG, you're into Cat's Eye. I'm in Iacon, I think. I'm obsessed with Cat's Eye, guys. I'm obsessed with Cat's Eye. For the adults here, like me, I'm 30, but I know about Cat's Eye. I don't know why, because I'm on the internet. They are treating our girl Manon, I think her name is Manon, the black girl, badly. And because of that, mm-mm, Cat's Eye, no, don't do that. Aphrodite says, George, the ones who have opinions about what other women wear, like your comment on the bald cap thing. Yeah. Then we have Shame. We have Juneteenth here in the States celebrating our culture in America. Oh, yes. Shame says, I meant to say alone, not alien. Sorry. No, don't worry. I completely understand. Shame. For those that don't know, Juneteenth is a holiday in America. I'm trying to remember because I do know about this. I think it's the day that why are people laughing? I think Juneteenth is the day where Americans, they do celebrate their culture, but wasn't it the day that slaves were officially what's the word? Black Americans were officially like not enslaved anymore. Like that's the day where I think in the South, slavery was became illegal or something, but like to do with slavery being abolished, essentially. Juneteenth, I think it's about the celebration of Black American people's freedom. Correct me if I'm wrong. Shame. Logan says, yeah, yes. Logan is telling Aphrodite that they are an icon too. I love Pinky Up. It's coming out on April 9 and Manon is coming back on April 10. But why did Manon remove her? Apparently, Manon removed being a member of Cat's Eye from her bio on social media. What's going on, guys? Why am I involved in Cat's Eye information? Aphrodite says, yes, we have Bernard. Where are you from? I am from South Africa, Bernard. Aphrodite and Logan are going at it, saying, in the Pinky Up cover, we can see Manon's knee. Oh, okay. We have Prince. Hi, Prince. Aphrodite and Logan are going at it. Hayden says bananas are the best fruit. I have to fight you, Hayden. I have to fight you. My favorite fruit of all time, like literally all time, number one is watermelon. Watermelon. Like watermelon is number one. I love watermelon. I could eat a huge watermelon all on my own. Easy. Easy, 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 easy. I love watermelon. It's my favorite fruit. And I know in America, a lot of African American people get shamed for enjoying watermelon. And do you actually know why? Do African Americans know why they actually get shamed for liking watermelon and it was made like into a stereotype? And yeah, it was because black farmers who were farming and selling watermelon were actually making so much success that white farmers became jealous. And instead of just, working harder, because in capitalism, the harder you work, the more money you make, apparently. Instead of doing that, they just started sabotaging the black farmers and basically creating this negative propaganda and stereotypes around watermelon just to put people off eating watermelons and stuff. Yeah, same thing with fried chicken. Same thing. Aphrodite says, "Oh my gosh, I'm subbing. You guys are just having at it." But cat's eye, I love it. Georgia says, "Monica, what kind of banana are you talking about? Is what I'm think is it what I'm thinking? No, I'm talking about an actual banana. I don't know what you're thinking of. I'm talking about the actual fruit banana. Like I couldn't eat like store bought. I couldn't buy bananas from the store. I think because of the chemicals and I don't know whatever they put in fruits and bananas. It just didn't agree with me. So bananas gave me horrible heartburn. Like guys, the worst heartburn. It was literally like my heart was in pain. So I stopped eating bananas and then I started eating organic bananas. Organic just meaning bananas that are homegrown. We have a banana tree at home and those bananas are fine. Like I have no issues with them. I feel fine. I could have like 10, nothing happens. Logan says thank you to Aphrodite. You guys are so cute. Exactly, Aphrodite's like Georges, it's normal fruit bananas, I think, dude. Like, come on, like what I'm a grown adult. If I wanted to talk about genitalia, Logan, I mean, not Logan, sorry, George's, I would have done it. And we're not talking about that. Stop it. We're talking about the actual banana. We have Warren, I think, or yeah. No, we have Warren Tainman, I think. Hey, yo, Monica, you look great, shorty. Thank you. Thank you. No one has ever called me shorty. For some reason, I don't look short, guys. Actually, let me see. Can you guys guess my height in the comment section? In the comment section, let me know what you think my height is. Because I don't think I look like my height. I'm surprised, like, Warren called me shorty. I'm just like, what? Georgia says, Moon, we don't understand what banana she's thinking about. We do, George. George is so weird. He's such a weird person. We're talking about the actual fruit, the banana. We're talking about fruit. Someone said bananas are also their favorite fruit. And then I spoke about watermelons. Like, we're actually talking about real fruit. We have Jean. Hello, my love. Good morning. You're too beautiful. Thank you, Jean. I still have a friend in high school whose name was Jean. Love that name. We have Albert. Good morning, beautiful lady. I come from the Netherlands. Hi, Albert. Good morning to you too. How is the Netherlands? The Netherlands. How's the weather? I know in Europe it's warming up. In South Africa, which is where I'm from, it is. I wouldn't say it's getting cold. It is getting slightly colder, more chilly, because now we're in autumn. But the weather still. We still have like hot days. It still gets hot. Logan says, yes, Manon is coming back on April 10th, and their new song Pinky Up is coming on April 9th. Ah, but why did she leave? They are not treating Manon good? Cat's eye? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Warren says it's a day of liberation. This is Juneteenth, guys. It's a day of liberation for African Americans. Aphrodite and Logan are talking about. They're learning the cat's eye dance right now. Guys, I was thinking about I want to start a new hobby. And I want to start dancing. Like, my new hobby is dancing because I'm a South African, guys, and I don't know how to dance. I don't know how to dance. I'm not comfortable with like moving my body, and like I want to get comfortable in my body and moving my body. Like, if you don't know how to dance, it tends to be a thing of like you're just not comfortable in your body. So I want to take it up as a hobby. And I'm just thinking, like, should that be my new hobby, like dancing? I don't even have to go anywhere. There's so many like tutorials on YouTube. I'll just start like following tutorials. I want to start dancing. This is brought up by Aphrodite and Logan learning cat's eye dance routine. You guys are funny. We have Adar. Hi, Monica. You look so beautiful. Thank you so much, Adar. Aphrodite says Manon is on a hiatus because she has mental health issues. Apparently, they're not treating Manon properly. That's why. Guys, I'm worried. Georgia says, I subscribe so that I can see you every day. I want to get to know you personally so that you can tell me about your favorite banana. Oh, Georgia, stop it. I am literally talking about the actual fruit, a banana. And I know how to catch print, Georges. I know how to catch print. For those wondering what's catch print is when you can look at a man and tell his size. Mm-hmm. That's catching print. And there's three sizes. There's a size A, the smallest. Then there's a size B, medium. And then there's a D, when it's like, and I leave it at that. Adara says you have very long nails and it's beautiful. Thank you, Adara. These are press-on nails. I'm obsessed. These are probably my favorite set of the year as well. Like, I love long nails. I was very worried when I first got them in, thinking, oh my gosh, how am I going to just do normal stuff? I thought I was going to struggle, but I haven't. I've actually really been enjoying them. Warren says, South African shorties got it going on, I see. South African women are very beautiful. Warren, very beautiful. And the nice thing is, if you're African American and you like with a South African woman, you can really connect with your African roots. Like, I can really help you to like connect with your African roots. You get to experience like a lot of things probably that you don't know about being African, or maybe experiences that you're interested in, or just want to know about yourself. And the nice thing is about South Africa as well, that we're very inviting. So I can even give you an African name. I remember last year I was in this entrepreneurial program, and our facilitator or educator was actually from America. He was from Brooklyn, New York, and he was a Harvard graduate, and his name was Charles. I just forgot his surname. And he's African American, and he moved to South Africa. And when he came to South Africa, he really connected with the Zulu people. Like, loved the Zulu people so much, so bad. They even gave him a name, Nkosinati, meaning God is with us. That's his name. So yeah, if you come to South Africa or you like a South African shorty, you can connect with your African roots. Adara says, what's your favorite song? Currently, my favorite song right now is I Think I Love You Too by Rue. And I forgot the guy's name. Oh my god, the song is so beautiful. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. It's Afrobeat. I love it. And I'm also like obsessed with Don Toliver. Yeah, Don Toliver. I think that's how you say his name. Don Toliver. His song Tiramisu, but the remix with, I think it's Smile or something. Like I don't know if it's a remix or something. That is so good. And then there's another song I was listening to this morning, Don Toliver and Travis Scott. Really enjoyed that song. I need to play it again. Really enjoyed it. But those are currently my favorite like two songs right now. I also listen to like The Neighborhood, and I'm trying to listen to their album Ultrasound. I don't know why I've never listened to the whole album, but I've listened to a few songs. Planet, I'm obsessed. Love Bomb, obsessed. And yeah, obviously there's some of the older music like Daddy Issues that I love. So yeah, I listen to lots of different types of music. And oh, there's this guy, Duran something. He's African American. I listened to the song of his on Colors called Completed. Excellent. Oh, that song is beautiful. Obsessed with it. There's another song I'm kind of like obsessed with. What am I currently obsessed with? I can't remember. There's like another. I listen to like lots and lots of different types of music. I can't think, but yeah, that's what I'm listening to and loving. Logan says Sophia is biased. Everyone says, do you wax your body or use anything else? No, I don't. I'm even like ashamed to show you guys my armpits because I'm like, oh my gosh, my armpits are hairy. I hardly shave. Like in South Africa, and I can speak specifically for South Africa because that's where I'm from. Like shaving your body, it's not a foreign concept. Like people do shave their armpits, people do get bikini waxes and stuff, but it's like not a cultural norm. Like there's no expectation that you need to shave. And yes, some people do see it as unhygienic. I don't. I'm very hygienic. I really take care of myself. I take care of my body. I clean myself every day. I wash and all of that. But I don't feel the need to constantly like shave and stuff like that. Honestly, like I don't shave and wax. I know. I do it like when I'm like, okay, this is a bush now. This is really a bush. And then I'm like, fine. But like, honestly, not a lot. And I'm single. So like, you know, it's no one's problem. So yeah, I don't shave or wax a lot. And then when it comes to my body, like my arms and my legs, I don't shave at all. I used to shave sometimes like when I was in my 20s and stuff, but I haven't shaved my legs and arms in years. Years and years and years. Maybe I'll get into it this summer. It's now autumn in South Africa, going into winter. So for now, I'll just chill. But I think this summer I'll look into shaving and waxing and stuff. Aphrodite chatted with Logan talking about Daniela is my bias. Okay. Their favorite Cat's Eye song is Baby. Okay. Warren says she got some great lips. Thank you, Warren. Aphrodite says, I don't know what my favorite song is. Maybe Gnarly or Gabriella. I think Gabriella's a very annoying song. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, don't come for me. I found like that Gabriella song a bit annoying from Cat's Eye, but Gnarly, I think it's cool. I think it's cool. Guys, let me start talking about Cat's Eye. I don't know what I'm talking about. We have Stefan saying, hey, Stefan. Sayan, hi. Thank you for the kiss. Aphrodite still says, I still love my misunderstood tall blonzo, especially Kit. Okay. Oh, Stefan is Italian. Oh, I love Italian men. Aphrodite says 5'8". Oh my gosh, I look 5'8". I'm not 5'8". Warren says, come over, move to Brooklyn. We all gonna call you Shorty. Warren, come to South Africa. I cannot come to America. Like the stuff that's going on in America, especially now, apparently you guys are gonna be forced to conscript, because so conscript for my younger viewers here is in the military. So a government can force the citizens to conscript, meaning the government can force you to join the military, meaning that like you don't have a choice. When you're of a certain age, you have to join the military. Like, for example, in South Korea, they have conscription. As you guys know, I think with BTS, they had to go to the army and stuff and serve. So that is conscription, when you are basically mandated to join the military in your country. So in America, they stopped conscription, but now it seems like it's starting again, and Americans will be forced to basically join the military. And apparently, that's why ICE is now in the airports, basically to find people trying to escape. That's why ICE is at the airports. And essentially, the age for conscription was between 18 and 32, I think, or 35. Now it's been pushed up to 18 to 42 years old in America. Guys, America is scary. I'm so scared, and I don't want to lie. I would have loved to visit America. Like, I would have loved to come to New York. People tell me I give New York, and with Warren saying come to Berkeley, and I'm just like, I see it. Like, people say I give New York energy, which I so love. I was actually born in a city as well. I was born in Pretoria, which is the capital city of South Africa. So I kind of like city life, and city life agrees with me, even though I've never lived in a city. I was born in a city, but I've never really lived in a city. And I think that's what I need to experience in my next chapter in life, like just to live in a city and experience it. So I've lived in Johannesburg, which is a major city again in South Africa, but I've never lived in the city, like inside the city. I've lived in surrounding areas of the city. So I want to like live in a city. I need to experience that. So again, I would have loved to live in New York, experience New York, but I'm so scared of America. I don't even want to lie. Like, I don't want to come to America and then like I scares me. I don't. I'm scared, guys. I don't want that. I would have loved to see New York, and I wanted to visit New York specifically in winter to see Rockefeller Center, to see, the Big Apple drop on New Year's Eve, or New Year's Day or whatever. I would have loved to visit Seattle. Seattle for me is just, I loved Grey's Anatomy and watching Grey's Anatomy. Didn't finish it, but I loved it. I would have loved to visit Seattle. I would have loved. Like, if I ever go to America, this I need to experience. I'm a big fan, a big fan. You can slander it, you can say whatever you want, but I love Twilight. It's my comfort movie when I don't know what to watch, when I'm bored, or I just need something to just decompress. I watch Twilight or 50 Shades of Grey. 50 Shades of Grey, again, also shot in Seattle. So I would have loved to visit Seattle. I would have loved to visit Forks. Forks is a town in America, like a small town, and Twilight was like shot there. I would have loved, 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 loved to go there. I would have loved to see the Great Canyon. Uh, Let me see. America has like these tall yellow, I think it's called yellowwood trees or something. Like those trees are humongous. I would have loved to see that. Yeah, there's just so much I would have loved to experience in America. I don't know if you'll ever get the chance. I don't know. We have Lebo. Hi, Lebo. Thank you for the emojis. Where are you from? Is that Liberia? I'm thinking. Okay, let me say Paul. I must marry you. You must marry me, Paul. You want to marry me? How old are you, Paul? Let's start there. How old are you? Warren says it doesn't mean you're short. It just means you fly. Okay, I think I'm taking it very like, what's the word? I am like taking shorty as in like the direct translation of like, oh, you're short. Because I actually am short, guys. I actually am short. I don't look short. I know. I'm short. I'm 5'3". I'm 5'3". I am short. But I don't look short. I don't look short. Even when I'm like standing, I don't look short. Yeah. We have Darren. Hi, Darren. Aphrodite says, I bet it goes like this. Pinkies up. that's, that's cat's eye music, guys. It's Hype who took her out. Logan, yeah. Hype seems problematic. And our girl Tyler is now part of Hype or something, I think. I'm worried. I'm worried for her. We have Jolly. Can I ask a question? Go ahead, Jolly. We have Kasuka, Micah. Hi, beautiful. Hi, Micah. We have Jolly. You are from which country? I'm from South Africa. Micah says, much love from Africa, Uganda. Much love from you guys, Uganda. I have a bone to pick with you. I have a bone to pick with Uganda. Guys, with all of the conflict that's happening in the Middle East, all of that fighting, and we know there's a country, that America is probably is protecting. America is like, funding this country to like harm people. We know this country. People call it it's not real. Yeah, Uganda literally had a president a few years ago, Idi Amin, I think in the 70s and stuff. And he had a tight relationship with people in the Middle East, Arabs and stuff. So he was also like, communicating and connecting with Israelis. And for those that don't know, before Israelis settled, not Israelis, before the Jewish people, yeah, in Israel, before they settled in Palestine, they were considering other African countries, and I think Uganda was one of them as well. So they could have said Uganda was the promised land. So now Uganda, literally with everything happening, imagine this conflict has nothing to do with them, the furthest thing from them. And they're like, no, they will protect that president. They will protect Benjamin Netanyahu. Uganda, stop. Uganda, stop. Stop it. I'm like, you got problems. I mentioned Idi Amin because Idi Amin, the president of Uganda a few years ago, like a few decades ago, was talking about he was having a relationship with the Israelis and then he stopped. He's like, you can't trust the Israelis. These people are a bit fake. He'd rather build connections with the Arab people and not Israelis. So I'm just like, it's so funny that Idi Amin said that, and now Ugandans are like, no, we will protect them. Okay, Uganda. Okay. Warren says, I'll fly you out to New York. We could go dancing in Times Square. Oh my gosh, Lauren, I would love that. I would actually love that. And I would love to see Times Square. I would love to go to Madison Square Garden while there's like a major concert. Who would I love to see? Who would I love to see perform in America? I would love to see Beyonce, obviously. Um, I would love to see. Oh, I know some people are gonna fight me. Drake. Um, he also has this new artist under his label, Naomi Sharon. I would love to see her perform. Like she's like number one on my list of like musical acts I have to see live. So Naomi Sharon, Madison Square Garden, that's a dream. Micah says, I love the hair. Hairstyle is absolutely stunning. Thank you, Micah. I love your English. That's pretty cool. Thank you. Thank you so much. He says, you got this. So much appreciated. He says, you're so special to some people. You guys love special people like you. Thank you. When you say special, it's like you're saying you're special. African Americans would say you're touched. That's something I recently learned. When they say you're touched, it means something is loose. So when you say special in South Africa, when we say you're special, that's what we mean. So I hope it's not that special. Micah says, I love your confidence and energy. Thank you. That's great. Okay, George. Every time George leaves a comment, I'm just like, what is this man gonna say now? George says, I've been telling the Lord that I wish I was born like a Zulu man so I can be walking around with this skin. Oh yeah, Zulu men are like, I won't lie, attractive. Very attractive. They are like the warriors. I was even saw this video where this person is like reading into history and they were talking about, I don't think it's the Spartans, but they were talking about like a certain group of people during Greek times who were known for like fighting. And they were asking like those people who were fighting and Zulu people. Zulu warriors. Could the Zulu warriors beat the Greeks? And the guy was like, yeah, Zulu warfare was on another level. Like, that's why it took the British so long and the Boers to conquer Zulu people. Zulu people are fighters, they are warriors. Warriors. I'm gonna get a bit weird now and talk about aliens. Let me just take some sip some water and tell you guys. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I mean, do we all believe in aliens now? I mean, Barack Obama came out and said aliens are real. Aliens exist. So, in any ways, the name Zulu, Amazulu, that's what you call group of Zulu people. So, in our languages here in South Africa specifically, excuse me, we address each other on a singular, then we also address each other as a plural, like collectively. So one person is Umzulu, that's one Zulu person, and collectively that's Amazulu. That's a group of Zulu people. And that when you directly translate the term or the word Zulu, it means from the sky. Sky people. Zulu people are sky people. So it's believed that Zulu people are the descendants of Anunnakis. Ah! And that's why they're so good at warfare. That's why they're so good at, fighting and all of that. But it's also believed that South Africans are actually descendants of the Anunnakis specifically because there's also a place in South Africa called Adam's Calendar. That's what they call it, but it's actually called Inzalo Yelanga. And that is the birthplace of the sun when you translate it into English. And that is the oldest man-made calendar in the world. The stone calendar, it's over 300,000 years old. It's very, very old, the oldest in the world. And there's multiples of them, in Mpumalanga. And it's believed there's also like a prophet who has now passed away, who's late. His name was Credo Motwa. And he talks about how we are descendants of, aliens, these people from the sky and stuff like that. And I think for me, this is why South Africans are so interesting to the world. Because to us, we're just normal, we're just ourselves. But I'm noticing that South Africa is getting a lot of attention as of late. And I think it's that people are like seeing just what makes us special. South Africans were very, very musically talented. Very musically talented. We are inventive, very smart. The first heart transplant. Wow. Today, my English, guys. The first heart transplant was done in South Africa. And when you Google this, you will be told it's a white doctor. I forgot his name, but it's actually not that white doctor. It's the black doctor that was working under him. But because of apartheid and all of that, the black doctor could not be acknowledged. South Africans are very smart. And a lot of ancient Egypt. So people, when they look at Egypt and they see, Heru, Ra, what's Heru, Ra, Saurus, what I'm sorry, I'm butchering these names, excuse me, but all of these gods, all of ancient Egypt, all of it was inspired by Southern Africa. All of it. When you look at a lot of ancient Egypt, the history, it's actually very much inspired by Southern Africa. Like they worship the sun. As South Africans, we also worship the sun. We call God Ramasedi. Ramasedi means father of light, Ra. So we see the sun as masculine and we worship the sun. So a lot of ancient Egypt is inspired by us. Mathematics was discovered here in Southern Africa through so how scientists found this is that they found bones, and on these bones, and women, black women, so African black women invented mathematics. On these bones, they called the Ishango bone. You can find it in South Africa, like they were found the bones were found in South Africa, and some were also found in the Congo. And women would take long bones, like animal bones, and they would measure the month, the lunar cycle, and then they would do it for their periods. And that's how basically mathematics was birthed. So Southern Africa is very interesting. We are also learning of our history because a lot of our history was hidden from us because of colonization and apartheid and all of that. So I'm learning a lot of these things, and it's just so interesting, and it makes me so proud to be South African. So back to all of this is that it comes from, I'm seeing that even our languaging really holds our secret. Zulu people being people from the sky. I'm a Zulu. So yeah, it's really interesting. I hope it was interesting. Warren says Monica be catching print. I am catching print, Warren. I know now. I know now how to catch print. Micah says, I love Travis Scott, great rap. I do too. I don't listen to a lot of his music, but he's so talented. He's really talented. Aphrodite says, I love the neighborhood. Oh, that's me. I love him so damn bad. The lead singer, Jesse, he's cute. He's very cute. He makes me think like, do I actually like a man in tattoos? Aphrodite says, I love Lana Del Rey. Me too. I've been listening to Young and Beautiful lately. Like, I'm so obsessed. My favorite Lana Del Rey music. I'm so basic, but Born to Die, Cinnamon Girl. I love that song. I forgot the name she did with The Weeknd. That was nice. Video games. Yeah. Warren says, I don't mind Harry at all. Let it flow, baby. It's gonna flow either way. One thing about me, I don't do anything for a man. If a man's like, oh my gosh, I like this, then like it, boo. I'm not gonna change for you. But maybe I might change. I don't know. Now and then. Now and then. But if I'm not requesting it from you, don't request it from me. Yeah. Journey says, can you slaughter a chicken? I have a story. I have a story. So growing up, we would slaughter chickens here at home. We would buy. So in South Africa, it's very common to like buy live animals and like slaughter them at home. Like that is just so normal, and it's so normal for people to have their own cattle at home and slaughter it when it's like a wedding or like something festive with the family, or even just to eat. People do it all the time. So we would love, we still do. We call them like a hard body chicken. We still love them. That's like organic chicken. Like if you've never had an organic chicken, it tastes very delicious, but the meat is very tough. You can taste the difference between a chicken that is raised in a factory and a chicken that is homegrown or home raised. They taste completely different. And one that is home raised, we call them a hard body. And growing up, I'm the youngest in my family, so I've never really had to slaughter a chicken. I always found it fascinating when they have had to do it, but I was never forced to do it. I tried one time, I remember when I was like visiting my neighbor, and he was like slaughtering chicken, and he's like, oh, you want to cut it? And I did it. Guys, it's hard. It's so hard. I did it once, and then there's one time I was at home. Actually, I was visiting a family member, and then another family member brought a live chicken. And this was last year, mind you, last year. And then the person was like, oh, you'll just slaughter this chicken. And I was like, I don't know how to slaughter a chicken. I can't do it. So I can't do it. I can witness it, but I can't do it. And it's just so sad. Like chickens are actually so smart, guys. Like chickens, I think we think chickens are stupid, but they're not. They're very smart. Like very smart animals. And I'm just like, oh no, baby. Oh no. So I'm not the best. I've never really slaughtered a chicken properly, but I can. Once it's slaughtered, I know what to do. Once you have a chicken and it's slaughtered, you have to take a boiling hot water, like boiling hot water, and then you have to pour it over the chicken so that you're able to peel off the wings. Then you have to peel off the wings. That I can do, and it takes a bit of time because under the wings you have to take out the feathers. That's not yeah, I said wings, but feathers. So you boil boiling hot water over the chicken, and then you take out the feathers. You take them out. And that is like a process that I can do. And then once you've done like taking out the feathers, you can just take either a lighter or maybe a newspaper or just paper and light it up, and then you just go over the chicken like this. And this is just you lighting up the hairs that you probably missed, like the small tiny hairs or the small tiny feathers that you missed. You just basically burning them off. And then to cook it, I like cooking it in a pressure cooker because homegrown chicken or home raised chicken, the bones are very hard, the meat is very tough, so it takes a bit longer to cook than your average chicken. So I like cooking it in a pressure cooker. And I find like a hard body chicken needs minimal seasoning, just salt, and it's good because it's so flavorful, so natural. Yeah. Logan says, Monica, the bubbles you said I must put in my hair, it can't work. So please give me another idea. Okay, just braid your hair. Maybe just do a braid. We had Neferteria, but they deleted their message. Warren says, yeah, America's tough. Come over in about 4 years when Orange Man is out. Stay single though. Warren, 4 years? I won't be single by then. I refuse. I refuse. I will not be single in 4 years. No ways. I will not be single in 4 years, guys. Like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm kind of getting sick of being single now. I'm getting sick of it. Like, I just miss talking to someone. Let me stop. And Victoria says thin wig. Thin wig. Um, I don't know. The density is like 200. I don't know, but I kind of like this density. To me, this is very nice. I like it a lot, actually. On-site merchant. Hello, how are you? Georgia says, Monica, I want a Zulu baby boy from you. Think about this great idea for me. George, I'm not Zulu. I'm not Zulu. I am Tswana. I am a Tswana girl. Okay, Motswana. So yeah, I'm not Zulu. Aphrodite says, not that I think, not that I kink shame, but still. Ryan Delange says redwood. Those are the American. Those are the trees in America. The redwood trees. Oh my gosh, guys, they are huge, 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 huge trees that are so old, so beautiful. I would love to see them. We have Lewis. Wanna marry me? I'm 18. Oh no, child, you're too young. Warren says, by the way, the hair is sitting nicely, queen. Thank you. We have the shot. I think it's the shot. Odesha. How Africans see USA? Are they helping you? No. We just consume a lot of American content, or like we grew up consuming a lot of American content. I think that's why we know so much about America as Africans. Like, I grew up watching Friends, I grew up watching The Bill Cosby Show, and we consumed like a lot of American media, a lot of American music. So that's how we know. We have Tim. Wow, me and my fiance say you're the most beautiful person. You have such a beautiful smile. And we love the way you talk. We hope you have a beautiful and blessed day today. Thank you so much, Tim. Thank you. We have Kundan Kumar. Hi, Kundan. Dear, hi. Thank you for the heart. How are you? I'm good. How are you doing? Warren says, "Lo, I can't listen to Drake after 2024. I know too much about him." I know, I know. But you know what? For me, I've decided that I'm not gonna have a parasocial relationship with these celebrities. I'm not. I don't know these people. I don't know these people, and I just really enjoy Drake's music. Like, Thank Me Later is still for me is still his favorite album of all time. Like, that album is too good. Like, every time I hear those songs, the music, the melody, just everything is so nostalgic to me. I immediately think to 2008 when I was still in high school. Like, I love that Jake. But I also understand people who can't listen to him, because I can't listen to Chris Brown. I don't listen to Chris Brown music. No. When Chris Brown comes on my phone, I'm just like, oh, let me not show you guys my hair. But when Chris Brown comes, I'm just like, I don't listen to Chris Brown's music at all. At all. I can't. Lauren says, but honestly, you're really cut from a cloth of extravagant beauty. Bless you, Monica. Oh, thank you. On-site merchant, alien face. Lauren says, I could watch you drink water all day. Aphrodite. Oh, I think aliens or other living creatures do exist, but they're probably not green with big heads and black eyes. Lol. Me too. I do think aliens exist as well. I just think I don't know. Like people say aliens. I don't know. I do believe aliens exist, and I even told myself this when I was still a Christian that if I discover that there's life on other planets, I will definitely know that. At that time, I said I would know that God doesn't exist. Like you know, but I do believe in God. I just believe in God differently, like not the Christian God. And I do believe in alien life. I think it would be very self-centered of us as human beings on planet Earth to think the universe being so big, we are the only life in this whole universe, not just to mention our own galaxy, but like there's definitely other life forms out there. And when you learn about African spirituality, for example, you do learn that our ancestors been knowing about aliens. They've been living along aliens, comfortably and together, working together and stuff like that. So yeah, I do believe in aliens. I do think though some are green. I do think some do have big eyes. There's just a lot of the same way there's different races, different kinds of human beings. I think there's also different kinds of aliens. So I do think they are probably green aliens and big heads or whatever. And there's aliens probably that look like human beings and stuff like that. I think we don't know. And I wonder just will there ever come a time where we actually do see aliens and we do actually get to talk to them, not through a stupid government or whatever. Like we actually get to talk to them. I would love that. Mm, we have KDP. Are you South African? Are you in South Africa? Yes, I am. And then we have Crenal. 700 trillion years ago. Yes, so South African. Trillion? That is South African. What hairstyle because the bubbles didn't work? Do a braid. Do a braid, Logan. Aphrodite says Warren chill on the freaky Zab. He is freaky, Aphrodite. But I don't know. Today I'm really entertaining it. I think I'm hungry to just, I don't know, guys, to meet someone and talk to someone. But like the idea of a man just scares me. Like the idea of talking to a man is like, oh, fun, dating. But then practically doing it, practically having a conversation with a man, practically like dating. Because immediately when you say something of that tone, I'm just like, stop it, cut you off, blocked. Immediately when you're like making weird comments, stop it. And like now I have to police you and ask you, how do you feel about the Epstein files? How do you feel about everything happening? Now I need to see, do you consume red pill content or not? Like, it's too much work. I sometimes wish like I was into women. I think it would be better. We have Bird. Amazing true penny bits. Those bones are very similar to a rule. A rule. I think, oh, the Ishango bone, yes. Aphrodite says, wow, I love those Lana songs too. Yeah, Lana Del Rey, I love her music. We have Chanda, hi, how are you? I'm good. How are you, Chanda? Raphael. Warren says he's good. I'm reading these messages so late, guys. Oh my gosh, because we've passed these conversations. We have Mandy Kumalo. Hi, Mandy. We have George Monica. I'm very lucky. I'm not a chicken right now. Maybe I would be next in line for Easter holiday. Nah, you're safe. I haven't. There was the last time last year when I like handled a hot body or a real chicken. I haven't had one since then. Lauren says, sick of being single. Damn, South African brothers treat Monica right. I am done with South African brothers. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. Like when South Africa, okay, South Africa has like a xenophobia problem, and I have so many thoughts on this. One, I don't like South Africans being xenophobic. I don't think that's cute. I don't think that's okay. But there's nuance to this where our government is really playing into it and they're intentionally not handling matters because they are exploiting these issues where South Africa has a high unemployment rate. Like a lot of South Africans are very educated and unemployed. And then they hire foreign nationals for low wages and stuff like that. So there's a lot of issues. So there's a lot of xenophobia and stuff like that. So in South Africa right now, like women are getting a lot of flack. Like if you're a South African woman and you're with like a Nigerian or a foreign man, it's just like, oh my gosh, why would you do that? And I'm like, lock me up. Lock me up. I am never in my life dating a South African man again. Never. Operation Dudula, you can come fight me. I am not. South African men, and this is just like I'm just generalizing now, honestly. Like South African men, they are beautiful, very attractive, and I think that's the problem. South African people are very good looking, both the men and the women, very good looking, and South African men know this, and they know that I don't know, there's like a shortage of just like good quality men where because of that they just be doing shenanigans and stuff like that. And just there's this whole conversation about the boy child being left behind. There's like just all of that. There's just a lot of issues. So for me, I just want to be with like a foreigner. I'm so sorry. I want to be with a foreign person. I'm done. I'm good. I'm okay. Because I feel like when you're a foreigner, you are forced to just work hard in life and do stuff. And this is not to say that African men don't work hard. They definitely work hard. They definitely have built this country. But there's also like gender based violence in our country that's very normalized, very, very, very normalized. Cheating, very normalized. And there's just a lot of disconnection with culture and tradition. And I don't want to deal with that. So I want to be with a foreigner. Let me stop. Tyson says, Holy Lord. Georgia says, Monica, you miss talking to someone. Stop blushing. Georgia's your man. Mm-mm. We have Adrian. Hi. Aphrodite says, Bohemian Rhapsody. What the F? Logan says, I don't know how to braid my hair. Like just do those a normal 3-strand braid. Do that. If not, just do a bun. Just do a bun, Logan. We have Vishal. Hi, Vishal. We have Min. I am a booty warrior. Alrighty. Mini Jim. Aphrodite says, do character AI. Ugh. Warren says, if y'all think that's freaky, that's interesting. Jack says, do you think a president of South Africa is a suitable president? No, our president is a businessman. And I think Americans are seeing this as well right now that electing a business person as a president is not a smart move because they will always move from a capitalistic perspective. And yeah, man, I don't think it's smart electing a president that is a businessman. So, no, I don't think, I know for a fact our president, he is not capable of ruling this country. He's not even in control. He's not even in control. We all know that they are controlling him. So, yeah. Onside Merchant says, what are your thoughts on the Nigerians making one of the people a king of the Eastern Cape? Onside Merchant, this is literally in my head. Nigerians need to stop. Nigeria, stop. Like, that was so disrespectful. So disrespectful. And again, that's why I'm saying South Africa has a lot of xenophobia, but there's also a lot of nuance to it where our government really plays into it. And also South Africa, xenophobia is more Afrophobia versus actual xenophobia because we don't just have a problem with illegal immigrants of just African people, but it's also Western people. There's so many people in Cape Town who are there. Their visas have expired. They don't have citizenship and they are running businesses and they are so problematic. Like, xenophobia, if we're going to be xenophobic, one, we shouldn't just be xenophobic towards African people. We should be xenophobic like over everyone. And I'm not saying xenophobia is right. Xenophobia is definitely not right at all. We shouldn't be mistreating people who are immigrants and stuff. But the situation in the Eastern Cape illuminated something for me. And let me just educate the people who don't know what we're actually talking about. So South Africa is an African country, obviously in Africa, right? So our constitution is made up of like the legal side where things are done legally, but we also very much acknowledge traditional things. We acknowledge traditional kings, we acknowledge traditional practices. Like in South Africa, for example, if you want to marry me in South Africa, you would have to pay something. You have to pay dowry, and we call it lobola or mahadi. And if you pay mahadi for me, that is a cultural, ceremony. Once we are married, once we've done mahadi, once we've done lobola, you and I are legally married in South Africa. Even if you and I don't go to court and sign, the fact that you and I did the whole Ebola situation, even if my family was like, okay, we want 10 cows, for example, for Monica. And I'm not saying I'm worth 10 cows, I'm just giving an example. If my family says 10 cows and you only come there and you give them 2 cows and you're like, here's 2 cows for now, I will come back later and pay the rest or give you the rest of the 8 cows. The fact that already that ceremony was instigated and initiated and was done, you and I are legally married. If I can show the pictures, if I can show you the contract that we signed, because when you do the whole Ebola situation, there's a contract that we do, even if it's just written up, both families will sign. That is seen in court as married, and not just married. You and I are married in community of property. So that's just to paint the picture of the South African legal landscape and our constitution, that traditional things are very much still acknowledged and respected in South Africa. So what you have now with the situation was that there's a man who is Nigerian and he was in the province. So South Africa doesn't have states like America. Let me check my battery life. Oh, good. South Africa doesn't have states like in America. We have provinces. I think in Canada they have provinces. We have 9 provinces. And one of these provinces is called the Eastern Cape. Every single province in South Africa, you will find different kingdoms, different kings. There are multiple kings in South Africa. Even where I'm from, there's a king for the land, actually. Tribal, it's called tribal land. And so a man who's Nigerian, went to the Eastern Cape, and then a bunch of Nigerians came together, and then they had like a whole ceremony, and they like, we are electing a king in South Africa who's an Igbo king. And a Nigerian person from Nigeria came to South Africa, lived there, and said, no, I will be king of this place. And I will like, I'm king, and I will communicate with other people, other kings, I'm assuming, on behalf of the Nigerians. Do you know how disrespectful that is? Again, remember I told you guys, our legislation, our government, and our traditional practices go hand in hand. We have a whole traditional, constitution. We have kings we recognize. There's a whole system. And South Africa, I didn't even know this, but I just realized we're very much organized. Even though sometimes we are disorganized as a country, we're very much organized because they have bodies. They are bodies. They are, institutions that you would have to talk to, whatever. And then after this person did this whole ceremony and it was like on social media, it came about, people were so insulted. And then the Zulu people came out, the Zulu warriors, and they fought. They really fought. And I don't condone the destruction of businesses that are owned by foreign nationals, but I do think it's very important for us as South Africans to stand our ground, because we are losing our country, we are losing our land. And it's so painful because a lot of people also bringing up that if we have the same energy for this situation, we should have the same energy for Urania. And a lot of people are dismissing it like, no, Urania people, they're just there, they're not problematic, whatever. But like, I agree. We should have the same energy for this Zulu situation as well as for Urania, because at the end of the day, like, you cannot come and settle on a country, be a settler, claim the land, and then tell people of the land they can come there. So for those who are wondering, Urania is a town in South Africa, that is for whites only, white people only. in South Africa, a country that went through apartheid. So that's why I think we should actually have the same energy for Urania as well. But I do think this whole situation unified us as a country, and we need to become more patriotic as South Africans. We need to protect our country and fight for it, because politicians don't care. They don't care, babes. They don't care. Okay. Warren says, well, just so happens I'm foreigner. Maybe I'll see you next lifetime. I'm not coming back to planet Earth. To know me is to know that I will tell you, I'm not coming back. This is my last lifetime on planet Earth. I'm not coming back. On planet Earth. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I'm not coming back. This is my last lifetime. My last time on planet Earth. So if you don't do it right now, Warren, if you don't meet now, we'll never meet. Peter says, I like it when you speak foreign. Okay. We have Brewski. I'm from the UK, white. I've also been in native and African things and traditions. I'd love to move there. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of foreign people in South Africa, guys. Ish. I don't know how I feel about it, guys. I don't know how I feel about it, because I don't have an issue with foreign people. Obviously, I said I'm interested in dating one, but I feel like our government is really just not preparing for this. They're exploiting this, if anything. Very problematic. I need to drink water. Onsite Merchant says, I agree. That act was extremely disrespectful. And I also agree that the xenophobia is only towards other Black Africans, which says something problematic about our psychology. Yeah, exactly. Like, if we're going to be xenophobic, fine, that's your choice. But don't be selective. Don't be selective. Be xenophobic towards everyone. Tell everyone must leave, not just the Black people. Why are you comfortable with other people being in the country, but you're uncomfortable with Black people? And Black people, if if they're here, and fine, they're running businesses, whatever, their businesses don't make as much money. So Black South Africans, including Indian people, South Africa has a large group of Indian people. For those who don't know, these are people who were taken from India as slaves. They've settled in South Africa and they've been here for multiple generations. And then you also have colored people. Colored people are slaves from Malaysia, Madagascar, and other regions, and even native people who, I don't like saying interbred. That sounds like I'm saying animals, but like, had children, and then those children had children. So those are colored people, and they are there's them as well. So colored people's a bit complicated, and I don't like speaking for them, because even as a South African, I don't feel educated enough when it comes to colored people, and I don't want to disrespect anyone, but including them, including Indian people, including Black people, we make 3% of the South African population, but we only hold 5% of the economy. We only hold 5% of the economy. So if you're fighting an African foreigner, it makes no sense, because you're like, yeah, they're stealing our businesses, they make money, blah blah blah, but they don't make enough money for you to go fight them. You should be fighting the big bosses, the people who are holding 95% of our economy, which is just like 7% of the population. Imagine. Those are the real people who should be fighting when it comes to, talking about immigrants and all of that. Orange is damn. This marriage talk about South African custom is pretty interesting. It's very interesting. I can expand a little bit. Let me drink water. Then I'll tell you about the lobola and or mahadi. Okay. In South Africa, we have something called lobola, which is a Zulu word. And in Setswana, we call it mahadi. And mahadi is when the man, his family, goes to the woman's family, and they say, okay, this is how it happens. I meet a guy, we're dating, we're happy, and he's like, okay, I want to propose to you. I know in the Western world, You would probably call the girl's family, maybe talk to her father or her mother, and tell them, I want to ask for your daughter's hand in marriage. Here, it doesn't work like that. If you want to propose to me, you can propose. We can be engaged. A lot of people also mistake this in South Africa. They think once you do the Mahadi ceremony that you are engaged. No, you're not engaged. You're married. That is marriage. You're married. So yeah, please ask questions if I'm not like answer if you're confused or you want some clarity. So fine. They will okay. I feel like I'm all over the place. Let me just start with the history. Let's go back in history actually. So Mahadi obviously comes from the history of African people. In African people, in African culture, money, the concept of money is obviously more recent. Wealth was measured with cattle, the cattle that you have. So if you wanted to marry someone, you had to show how much cattle you have, how much wealth do you have. So when you want to marry someone's daughter, you will go there and tell the family that I want to marry your daughter. And the family will tell you, okay, our daughter, to marry her, it's going to be like 10 cows. Now, a lot of people will say this is very transactional. You are selling your daughter and all of that. No, it was not even about it being transactional. It's not about money. It's firstly you thanking the family because when you get the cows into the family, it's basically growing the family's wealth. You know, not to be rich, but you're growing the family's wealth. You're adding to their cattle, to their livestock, and this is also like insurance that I can look after your daughter. I can afford to get married. A lot of time these days we have these discussions about you should be married in love or date someone you're in love with. Love is important. Excuse me, but that is a farce. That is a lie. Like, of course you need to love someone, whatever, but love is not number one. It's finance. Can you afford to look after this person? Because when you are married, this woman is going to birth children for you, this woman is going to look after your household, all of that. Can you afford that? Can you afford it? So Mahadi was all about that. Lobola is all about that. But it was also about unifying family because you taking your cattle into the other families, cattle into their kraal, into their, herd or selection of animals. It's also you unifying your ancestors. So the ancestors come together. So on the day of the wedding, on the day of the Mahadi, a cow will be slaughtered. And essentially, that is the unifying of both ancestors on your side, the man and the woman. So the whole cultural ceremony, it's very beautiful, it's very intimate. And yeah, let me tell you how it actually goes. So you're a guy, you're dating a girl, and you're like, oh my gosh, I love her, I want to marry her. You, first of all, sir, do not go to her house and you tell her family, "Oh, I want to marry your daughter." No, 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 sir. You don't. That is very disrespectful. You get your uncles, not even your parents specifically. No, your uncles and your aunt. And they are the people who are going to basically be your negotiators. They're the people who are going to speak for you and all of that. Your family will have to write a letter saying that we have seen a beautiful flower in your garden and our son wants to pick that flower. And on this date, they will give a date and we will come on this date to come pick that flower. We will come this date to, yeah, get our girl. Normally, it's on a weekend, a Saturday. That's the day that's going to be lobola negotiations. Now, in South Africa, there's different types of nations, kingdoms. I don't like saying tribes. I feel like, no, kingdoms, nations, or clans. And different clans, they have different practices, different things that are done. So I'm Tswana, so I'm going to speak specifically from my experience, from my knowledge. My sister has also been married. So I do have personal experience of, lobola negotiations. So on the day, the man's family will come. The man will come too, but you are not going to enter the family's house at first. Your negotiators, the people who are your spokespeople, they will go. Normally, it's like a group of 4 or 8 people. It just depends on your entourage, how many people you want to have. But I think like 4 is like a good number. It can definitely be more. And then the girl as well, her parents will not be negotiating. It'll be her uncles, her aunts, her entourage will be in the family home. Then your family, the guy's family, will come at the gate. And before you even enter at the gate, it'll be locked. And firstly, don't be late. Don't be late. In my culture, mahadi or lobola is negotiated in the morning around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Do not come late. You will come and stand at the gate, and at the gate you will announce your uncles, your spokespeople will announce that, hey, our family, you will acknowledge yourselves by surname. Even if you are white, even if you are Asian, even if you are Arab, if you want to marry someone who is South African, who is of African descent, and their family practices lobola and all of that, you will have to do this. You will stand at the gate and announce that, okay, I am so and so from this and this family. We are here to speak to the family. And then at the gate, they might be quiet. They might ignore you. Then you might have to shout. You might whatever. Sometimes you'll have to pay some money for them to open the gate. Then you'll pay some money, or you'll announce, you'll shout, whatever, then they'll open the gate. Sometimes families can be like very like funny about it. Like they'll make the family wait for some time, like hours at the gate. Sometimes I remember when my sister was getting married, her husband's representatives came late and it was raining. My uncle made them stand in the rain. They stood in the rain a little bit, but it was drizzling, it wasn't raining too hard. So that can happen. And then they'll open the gate. Then fans will come in to the gate, and then the family will welcome them into the house. And then they'll sit. And they'll announce, the groom's family will say, no, this is so and so, we're from this family, we're here to pick a flower, blah blah blah. And then the family will keep quiet. And if they don't respond, that means more money. It's called vulamolomo. In Zulu, it's called vulamolomo. This means open the mouth, and you have to pay. Sometimes you can bring like an expensive whiskey. Then that is a gift for the bride's father, and then they will start to speak. Then you will have negotiations. They will tell you, okay, so we are here. I don't know how they negotiate. Normally it's men who take, but there are women actually who take part in these negotiations. I've just never taken part. I don't know what it entails. But then I don't know who speaks first about price or money. But they will say, no, we have this much for your daughter. And then the girl's family can be like, no, our daughter has 10 cows. And then because now some people don't own cattle, they will tell you like, okay, we want 10 cows for our daughter, and one cow is worth 2,000 rands, for example. So basically we'll just say 2,000 times 10, or they want 20,000 rands. I don't know. I didn't do the maths properly, but I think I'm right. Then okay, they'll want 20,000 rand. Then the man's family can be like, we don't have 20,000 rand, we have 15. Then the bride's family can be like, 15 is too low, she's educated. Nowadays people will be like, she's educated, she's beautiful, she doesn't have a kid. Because if you have a kid, yeah, it knocks down your bride price. But if you're educated, it pushes up your bride price. Like people are different nowadays. So there's that. And if the girl is pregnant, if the girl has a child, but it's not the guy's child, that can knock down your bride price. But if the girl has a child and it's the guy's child, they can knock it up. They can push up the bride price because you have defiled our daughter. I know it sounds so problematic, but yeah, people see it in different ways. Families practice it differently. So, but yeah, they'll do that back and forth, whatever. And then finally, they'll agree on an amount. And yeah, monies are exchanged. Normally, that money goes to the parents. And I remember a cousin of mine got married. She's in Ndebele. In the Ndebele clan, they buy gifts for the whole family. So they'll buy gifts. The man's family will buy gifts for the girl, the bride's mom, dad, siblings. And then the bride's family can also do the same thing. So they can do a whole gift exchange for each other as well. So it's a whole beautiful thing. And families do it differently. So then after they've paid, then sometimes they play like little games where, okay, fine, the groom can now come. He'll come into the house and they're like, okay, the negotiations are done. You must now pick your bride. So then women will come, they'll be covered in a blanket like this, and they'll come into the room where they're negotiating. He can't see who's who, obviously, and he must pick who his bride is. And if he picks someone wrong, he'll pay more money until he picks his right. and until he picks the right girl, his bride, and then yeah, those are lobola negotiations, and then you are officially married. If you didn't sign a prenup, if you didn't do all of that before, you are married in community of property. So even if the man wants to break up or the woman wants to break up, you are married. You can go to court. That because you're gonna sign a contract agreeing on the amount and all of that. You guys are gonna take pictures. That's all evidence that you can present in court. So yeah, that's Lobola or Mahadi. Aphrodite says, have you checked out Anna Wang yet? No, I haven't. I should. Sorry, I'll check her out. Onside mentions says, preach. If you're going to be xenophobe, be equal opportunities with it instead of selecting out only at people with a similar reflection. For real. Logan says, okay, Monica, I have to go and love you so much. Love you too, Logan. Have fun. Enjoy your day. Thumbelina, hi, Thumbelina. How are you? George says, what have I done, Monica? It looks like my messages don't mean anything. Oh, George, they do. Ski Bosky says, BS. Okay. George says, Monica, you're very knowledgeable. Forgive me, my loose tongue. You're forgiven. Sibotsky says all Africa don't operate like this. Yeah, it's done differently. Bride prices are done like differently, negotiated differently. And even around the world is different. Like in India, there's some people where the bride price is actually it's not a bride price, but the dowry is paid to the man, not the woman. So it's done differently all over the world. Aphrodite says bye. Bye Aphrodite. LYSM. Love you too, girl. Love you so much. Siboski says, don't generalize us, BS. I mean, obviously, Skiboski, I literally explained so many times that it's different, and I'm speaking specifically from my experience, from my culture and our traditions. Warren says, so marriage is more of a business transaction, if anything, out there. It's not of a business transaction. Marriage is seen for what it is. And I think people need to wake up. Girlies, especially girls, marriage is business. Don't let them lie to you. Marriage is business. Marriage is a contract. It's literally a contract where you and another person join together your assets. Marriage is a business. Don't just marry someone because, oh, I'm in love with him. He makes me feel so good. He's so handsome. No, 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 no. Marriage is a business transaction. But in the African sense, it's not necessarily a business transaction, but it's more of families joining their resources. Because also in the African sense is that yes, the man will come and they will pay the bride price, right? But then there's an expectation for the woman's family to pay for the wedding culturally. You see what I'm saying? So it's not really business transaction, but more of a family unifying and coming together. But there is business elements to it. Money is involved. So yes, it is a business transaction at the end of the day. And I wouldn't say this is more on the African side of it, but it's everywhere worldwide. You're signing a contract, joining your assets with someone, that is a business transaction. So don't be just blinded by the idea of I'm in love with someone and this person makes me feel so good, he's smart. No, the quality of life this person is living doesn't match yours. Is this what you aspire to do? You have to put your emotions aside, especially as a woman, considering that some of you are going to be cleaning, laboring, children, and then you're still working a 9 to 5 job, and you're a caretaker, caregiver, all of that. You have to be very, very, very smart when it comes to marriage. And I think from a traditional perspective, is to make sure that no one loses out. Because also traditionally, especially if I can speak from my experience as a woman who is from the Tswana clan, that in the Tswana culture, there is no this is what boys do and this is what women do in the household. Like boys are expected to also clean and cook, do laundry, all of those things. So it's to make sure no one basically is cheated, essentially. But things change, people do things differently. People also incorporate now some Western beliefs, people incorporate a bit of religious beliefs. So it's definitely all about you, your traditions, your culture, what you practice, and how you want to do things. People don't do it all the same. Yeah. Okay. Skiboski says this is BS. You don't know what you're on about. Sir, do not ever come here on the internet and disrespect me. Do not. Okay? You're speaking to a young black woman who's not just coming on here on the internet speaking out of her behind. I am educated. Everything I'm talking to you about is researched and studied. I studied Afrikaner discourse. Do not come here and disrespect me. I have studied how to decolonize my mind. I literally studied decolonization. Check yourself, boo. Skiboski says yapping. Oh, please. Anyways, Warren says not like arranged marriages, right? No, arranged marriages did happen back in the day, but it's not so common in South Africa at all. Like I've never met anyone who's been in an arranged marriage, but you do sometimes hear of like if you've got maybe a special child, someone who's touched in the family, they can arrange a marriage for someone like that just to be with someone. You can also do for example, I remember my grandmother when she was a bit elderly, she wanted to marry another woman. And this is just culturally where a woman can marry another woman, not for romantic interests, but for cultural interest. So she was going to marry this woman was going to basically look after her, and my grandmother was just going to basically maintain the household finances, and then this woman was going to basically look after her. You can do that, but she didn't go through with it. And you can even marry someone who is late. So for example, okay, for sometimes, yeah, marriage is really like interesting in the African context. Like if I want to get married in some cultures, if I want to get married, but my parents are not married. I remember my cousin actually went through this. She wanted to get married, but her parents weren't married. So her parents, my uncle had to first marry his wife and then she could get married. That happened. And they were old. Hey, my uncle got married like in his 50s. It was so funny. And sometimes someone is late. So, for example, your father is late and he never married your mother, but your ancestors keep coming to you in dreams or whatever, and they're like, you need to marry, you need to take up your father's surname, all of that. You can go and get married to your father's family can come and marry you, and you can take their surname. That happens. And sometimes it's so intense that if you are married in the cultural um tradition, and when you get divorced or your husband, let me just say actually your husband passes away as a woman, you can't just go and remarry. You have to ask permission from your husband's family because you're married, you're under them now. Yeah, not everyone, again, practices these things. Not everyone, does these things, but it's cultural things. You hear of them. These are possible. I remember in our street where I grew up, there was a girl who was unalived by her ex-boyfriend, and the guy also unalived himself. And the girl's family was so hurt and so upset. And they were like, no, we were expecting this girl to be married, expecting her, whatever, blah, blah, blah. They forced this guy's family to marry their daughter. So basically, these two people who were deceased were married, got married. That happens. Joe says, Monica, that's enough. Don't talk about weddings again. I hate weddings. Oh my gosh. Skiboski says, clueless. Okay. And Skiboski, there's kids on here, so please don't swear. Thank you. Skiboski says, be a man. Stop simping. She yapping a lot of nonsense. No, she's not. She's 30 something. She knows what she's talking about. Thank you, Logan. Skiboski said, that's her culture, not Africa, South Africa. Obviously, there's literally 54 countries in Africa. Before we became colonized, Kiboski, there were like literally 3,000 nations living alongside each other. All of these 3,000 nations were practicing their own form of spirituality. So even when I speak about African spirituality, I'm speaking about African spirituality from my perspective, my experience as a South African woman who is from the Setswana kingdom. So my form of African spirituality is not even the same as another South African who's maybe from the Zulu kingdom. It's different. So even when I speak about Lobola or Mahadi, for me as a South African who is Setswana and who grew up in Pretoria, even because sometimes it's dependent on the region and where you grew up. Pretoria is not so rural. It's more of a township and city vibes. So things are a bit more modern here. So it's not so culturally heavy. So things are done differently. And what we do here is definitely not going to be the same as what people do in another province, South Africa, like in Mpumalanga, Northern Cape, Eastern Cape, Western Cape, Limpopo, let alone what is done in Angola, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Morocco, Senegal, Togo, Guinea-Bissau, Ivory Coast. Like it's gonna be different. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be different, and that's okay. Relax. Skiboski says, Logan, you clearly are a kid. Go back to school. Okay, and for that, Skiboski, you are going to be blocked. You're just rude now. Mm, okay, I removed him, guys. He was so rude. Logan says, yeah, I'm South African. Okay, George says, weddings a lot of work. Single is the way forward. Yeah, weddings is a lot of work. That's why I say, like, you really have to think it through. Logan says, well, yes, I'm a kid, but we're in Holland, so maybe you get a job. Thank you. Logan says, Kiboski, go get a job, maybe, instead of bullying people online. So childish. Chilski, please keep it respectful. She's sharing her knowledge, and I'm busy learning, homie. George says, a lady can be educated but slow. How about guys? Slow how? Oh my god, this person said a lot of nasty stuff. I removed his messages. Yeah, Logan says, Monica, please ban Skiboski. I did, Logan. I did. On-site merchant says, it's very difficult to argue that Ilobola is not a transaction when it has all the hallmarks of a transaction. The price of the assets changing due to education and another man's babies. Yeah, that's why I said for me, there are elements of it being transactional and being business, but I did want to emphasize that it's just not mainly transactional. However, there are people who are very transactional because I even saw someone commenting that you don't practice African spirituality, you don't acknowledge your ancestors, you say it's all demonic, but you are practicing lobola. And I was like, whoop, whoop. Because lobola is about joining the ancestors. It's about putting together our assets and our lineage. And people have really like made it a transactional thing. Like I remember working with this guy who was Zulu, and he would, and this was like 2018, mind you, 2018, like almost 10 years ago, telling me that for him, for his sister, it was almost 100K. And I was like, what? Because for me as one person, Lobola is not very, very, very expensive. Like with 10,000 Rand, which is like how much? I don't know how much 10,000 rands is. You can marry someone from the Setswana clan with 10,000 rand, 20,000 rand, 30,000 rand, 40,000 rand. 50, like there's some clans where the idea of marriage is not necessarily about money, but it's just about the families coming together. And again, my family, it's the man pays the lobola, but then the woman's family, the bride's family, they cover the marriage. And remember, African weddings are massive. A lot of people come. People don't even need to be invited, like literally, like anyone can come, eat, be merry, have fun at the wedding. So a lot of people can come. So the bride's family must cover that. So excuse me, it is a bit transactional, but depending on your experience, it can be fair. But to me, I think it's become more transactional because of greed, because of being westernized, and yeah, just a change in times, honestly. But I mean, women suffer, hey. I just recently learned this that in the Muslim community, they actually do a bride prize, but this is for the woman specifically. It's her money. So if anything happens, she can leave that man and have money. If that man mistreats her, she's good financially. And I was like, I like that because our lobola is not necessarily your money as a woman, it's your parents' money. They can share it with you, but it's mostly theirs. So I like this idea that it's a woman's money so that if anything happens, you know you're good. Even in India, I know that the groom's family will give the bride gold, and basically that is just insurance. Oh, Skiboski was saying nonsense. On-site emergence says dowry and bride price are not the same thing. Dowry is paid from the woman's family to the man. Oh, okay, I didn't actually know this, but I was just trying to use a word that people will all understand because obviously people don't know Lobola or Mahadi who are outside of South Africa. But thank you for that distinction and explaining that to us. I actually didn't know. And it makes sense because in India, you do find people who pay, like women pay for the men. There's even a community in India where the men take the woman's surname. Yeah, and they get married. Warren says, I was blinded by love. Now I'm single with a daughter. Should have kept it business first, but happy to have my daughter. Yeah, keep it business. Like, honestly, for me, I think marriage is a business. And I acknowledge that it's transactional. I just don't want to just say it is just transactional for the people who do marry for love. There are people who do that, and I don't want to dismiss it. I don't want to undermine it. But for me personally, it is a business transaction, and it's going to be very much transactional. I don't want to be with someone who's going to be a burden for me, and I also don't want to be a burden to them. I want to pull my weight, but I also want you to pull your weight. I want to know if I'm getting into this union with you, I am not selling myself short essentially. And we know as women, we tend to suffer the most when it comes to marriage. So, yeah, keep it business. And keeping it business doesn't necessarily mean you don't love this person, you're just there because of money, whatever. No, guys. No, you don't just date anyone you meet off the street, right? You look, you're like, do I find this person attractive? Are our values aligned? Do they have emotional intelligence? All of these things. Because if you're with someone who is not good with money, for example, you're gonna struggle. You're gonna struggle. And we live in a capitalistic society. Again, if we were living in a society where food was free, land was free, everything was free, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. Marry for love, but we don't. We live in a society where you have to make money. It's capitalistic. So it is in your interest, man and woman, to be quite smart and see marriage as the business that it is, because also it's not just for you as a woman or the man, it's also for the children. Especially us in the Black community, we need to build generational wealth, and we're trying to catch up to people who are way ahead of us so that our children are set up for a better future. So if you want to set your child up for a better future as a woman and as a man, you have to choose a partner who is smart. You have to choose a partner who's aligned. You have to choose a partner who has that foresight so that you can build that generational wealth so that your children can be better off. So yeah, it is transactional. It is. Guys, this Kiboski guy was out of hand. He got blocked. I have no idea what he said. I'm trying to even, I'm like, and there's so many messages. I'm too lazy to see what he was even saying. George says, if women can marry each other, who is the bride? They both the bride. I've never attended a wedding like that. Like, normally when it's a cultural wedding like that, I've never attended. Let me not speak on it. I've never attended one like that, but it's possible. Piper says you need a dog. Oh no, I don't want a pet. Pets are lots of work. Piper says I love you. Love you too. Oh, thank goodness. We can now stop seeing Woski's messages. Piper says I like you. I like it too. We have Ash. Hi Ash. Warren says George both would be the bride, I believe. Yeah, they probably will be both the bride, but one of them has to take the other person's surname. Yeah. Oh, another one. Zentrop. Ski was right. You're yapping a lot of rubbish. Okay. Monica, thank you for blocking Skiboski. He was rude. He was very rude. Oh, no, I think we have Zentrop, but he was right. She's talking a lot of BS. Well, because I'll be blocked also. But yeah, she really is dumb and yapping. Okay, I'm subscribed now, so I don't have to see that ski dog in the future. Thank goodness. Okay, what did the Zentrop say? She's talking about her African tribe and seems to think it's African. Oh no, I think Skiboski came as Zentrop. Let me just remove Zentrop as well. We have Rinmont. Hi, beautiful. Rinmont is so gorgeous. Yes, queen. Warren says, if you cats don't like what she's talking about, dip to another live, bro. What are we doing? Exactly. Exactly. And this is why we catch print, Warren, because it's always gonna be a man with a size A who's on the internet arguing with women. It's always gonna be a man with a small A. Always. Because ain't no man who's comfortable in his masculinity, comfortable in who he is, out here calling people stupid when we're literally sharing knowledge, sharing insights. And I've emphasized so many different times that this is my personal experience. And it's literally South Africans in the comment section. On-site merchant is South African. And he could have easily told me, like, easily shared here in the comment section, okay, no, Monica is not right, whatever. He literally corroborated what I said, that, yeah, Lobola has a bit of, transaction elements to it. It is transactional, and we had a conversation about it. He would have said, like, okay, no, she's lying about this and that. He even corrected and said, like, oh, no, dowry and bride price are actually two different things. So again, the Africans in the comment section would have said, like, okay, no, I'm talking nonsense. And again, guys, I'm literally educated. Not educated as in like, I did like a short course. No, I studied this in university. I hold a communications degree. I'm doing an honors degree. I've actually completed it. I just need to go get my qualification. I don't want to get into that. But I've also done my honors degree in communications, guys. And I did have a module where I was studying African studies essentially and learning about decolonization and stuff like that. So this is things that I've studied, I've read on. Like I'm not just speaking because I want to speak, and also the lived experiences. I'm talking about things that I've experienced. I also have elderly parents. So I'm the youngest in my family, and my parents are quite significantly older. Like my mom literally had me at 40. And what that has actually done for me is I experienced my parents as community leaders. Like my parents took part in so many Lobola negotiations so many times, both my mom and my dad. So I've really got to see firsthand experience, and they would talk about the experience, like what happened and all of those things. And then I have siblings, I have family members who've also been married. And this is again very common knowledge. You can literally Google all of this as well and just learn about it. Like, sorry, my internet is like just like girl. Renat Ren says yes, beautiful. Lana says, Warren, you a simp. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm so tired of this now. I think I'm gonna log off. This is exhausting. Why are men like this? You see, guys, that's what I mean. Like the idea of dating is cute and all until you realize there's men like this randomly in the streets that you might have to encounter. Ren says yes, the woman is taken care of. Logan says, okay, Monica, for real, I'm going by forever. Love you forever. Bye, Logan. Rain says, yes, it is for love and babies. Rain says, interracial. Yes, yes, yes. To carry on the bloodline. Rain says, oh man, I did a lot of hollering at shorties in the streets when I was growing up. It was fun. Rain says, agreed. How do you feel about interracial relationships? Okay, you need a good man. Oh, guys. I'm so put off by these men. I'm gonna quickly just go through it. Yeah, these people are draining me. So we're wrapping this up, guys. We're wrapping up the live. Let me just quickly go back and see. Someone asked me how I feel about interracial relationships. Mm, I'm biased. I'm biased. I like when it's a black woman and like someone from a different race. I'm like, yeah, girl, go get you a man who loves you and all of that. But when it's a black man, I'm like, you couldn't find a good black woman. You couldn't really. But honestly, each person is entitled to love who they want to love. And again, I practice African spirituality. Sometimes when it comes to our relationships, sometimes, not all the times, but our ancestors are involved. And our ancestors know who they want you to be with. So sometimes ancestors can be like, no, we want our child to be with this specific person, and this specific person can come from a different, race, tribe, whatever. And you can gain something, your lineages can be strengthened. So honestly, each to their own, whatever works for a person. But I don't like it when people get into interracial relationships and they start looking down on the other people. Like you tend to see this a lot where when a black man gets into an interracial relationship, they start speaking negatively about black women. And sometimes this will embolden the white woman to say negative things. I don't like that at all. Do not do that. That to me is so disgusting. I hate it. And even if vice versa, if you're a black woman and you get with a white man, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to now talk ish and crap about black men. No, 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 no. This is your experience, this is your journey, beautiful, but let's not disrespect other people. Ren says you need a good man. I do. Ren says, and you worrying about your moves on Monica's life, worrying about the wrong things, then terrible. Honestly, terrible. Uh On Heart Central called me a simp. Logan, I'm so sorry. Lana says she blaming men, but she out here with simp men. What simp men? Oh my god. I'm telling you, these are the same people. Zontrop called me a simp. Disgusting. Lonmed free Zen Frisky. Oh, this is the same person, guys. These men in here, two are sims. Oh, poor Warren. Lonet, you want me so bad. You want me so bad, and you know you could never get me. That's why you're acting this crazy. Anyways, outside emergencies, well said, Monica. Your perspective, openness, and willingness to learn and engage are much appreciated. I appreciate you as well, outside merchant. This is something I learned actually during my studies when I learned about decolonization. Is that being African and decentering the West and centering back to Africa means opening up your mind to different perspectives, to different experiences, different types of knowledge, and just being open and learning. There's nothing wrong with saying, "Oh, I didn't know this." There's nothing wrong with like, "I can't answer that. I don't know. I can't speak on it." You're not able to know every single thing on this planet as a human being. So being open to learning, being open to take information is always great. And just because you're taking on information and someone is, sharing something, it doesn't necessarily mean you agree with it or you believe it. You're just taking in information. You're learning. Be open-minded, guys. We have Addict Soul. You seem hurt. I hope you find joy. For real. This person was so hurt. Warren says, Leonard, you're boring. Come on, bro. Warren, peace to Monica, emitting peaceful intelligence and prideful energy. Thank you, Warren. This is one of the most exhausting lives I've ever been on. I've never experienced this. This is so toxic. Alex says, Larnet, yes, you are right. We don't care if you're a man, and yes, we are unemployed, but you are sad, hurt, and lonely. I hope you heal. I hope he heals too. And I think it's definitely Skiborski and the other person saying something. It's the same person. And if anyone needs a job, it's them. If you're on the internet and you're able to literally go through different accounts spreading hate, how sad must you be? Oratile. Hi, Ora. Warren says, maybe I'll be a sim for Monica. Love you, Warren. And we have Ka Catuccello. Oh, that is definitely a vendor name. Catuccello. That is so beautiful. I just love how vendor like just rolls off the tongue. Love it. Hi, my Lala. Hi, Catuccello. And yeah, Logan. Okay, bye, Monica. I'm also gonna say bye, Logan. I want to thank each and every single one of you who joined my live, guys. I love you all as well. Kaituchelo says you are true meaning of beauty. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it so much, guys. It was so much fun hanging out for 2 hours. This was fun chatting with you guys, just having a beautiful morning. I hope you all will have a beautiful day going forward. Don't let people's negativity dim your light. People only go after what they know they cannot have. People are only jealous of what they know they don't have in themselves, because if you see someone else as beautiful, it's because you see yourself as beautiful. The beauty you see in other people is the beauty that is within you. So if you're going around spewing hate, we know you hate yourself. Thank you for telling on yourself. Yeah. But anyways, I want to appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Thank you so much for joining. And I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys. Bye, Warren. Peace on to you as well.